Nick Dambrie, how are you?
I'm great, Tiffany. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for taking some time out and sharing with the community.
I love it.
Um, so for those that don't know you, tell me a little bit about Nick.
So I started selling real estate in 2002, March. So coming on 20 years, 20 years this month, actually. So I started selling real estate, worked with my mom forever, probably still kind of work with my mom, and came to Keller Williams 6 years ago, and I've just been growing my team since.
Awesome. So a lot of people are talking about how difficult the market is. Do you have that same feeling, or what's your mindset around what the market's doing?
Um, you know, the market is always good in my mind. It's just on how you approach it and where you look at it, and where you're looking for business. So it's ever changing, which is really piques my interest, and that's why I love this business so much, because one transaction is not the same from another. Is the market challenging? I would say yes, it's challenging, but it's got its own challenges. The market was very challenging in 2008. The market was very challenging in 2002 when I first got into it. It was, it just poses different challenges. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
absolutely. Yeah. I've been right along with you. I got licensed in 99 in Maine, and I've ridden those roller coasters, and it's just a different mindset, a different opportunity, and a different way of doing business. So you got to
Right.
always stay on top of it. So if you had to go out today and get a listing, what steps would you take to make that happen?
So I'm heavily database and sphere of influence. I don't rely heavily on internet leads. We are starting to build that pipeline. But my business has been so database heavy for the longest time that that's really where I spend most of my time. We have, burnt the boats with top producer and are 100% in command now. And we've even gone to the level of hiring outside people to train us in command, and really get that database organized. So that is starting to hum right along quite nicely. Starting to feel like it's got a good system in place. And so I would go to my database. Short answer is I'd go to my database and I'd call my database. That's what I spend 2.5 hours a day doing every day.
I know, and I'm right down the hall. I hear you. So I know you're faithful to that.
Yeah.
Give me a good script. What's one script that you use when you call your database?
So for me, my database knows me, likes me, trusts me. So I spend time just reaching out to them, and I keep pretty extensive notes. So really, I'm just calling to check in on them and love on them, and spend time with them. So all I'm doing is just calling and asking them about the house, or about their life, or where they went on vacation, or, oh, geez, little Billy broke his arm. How's he doing? So like those kind of notations that I'm making in the file. So I'm not being disgenuine. I truly want to care and love on them, but to do that for 500-600 people is very hard. I make notes so I can remember stuff like that. And then when I call them, I can pick up the conversation where we left off. What also allows to happen is, my team to be able to call people. So like if Chris calls and sees a note that little Billy hurt his arm, she could very easily say, hey, I was talking with Nick and I noticed that he, little Billy broke his arm. How's he doing? So it really picks up that conversation, but it also adds continuity with the team.
Awesome.
But what I do is at the very end of the call, and I took this from Brian Buffini, I said, it's the Columbo method. Oh, hey, by the way, if you know anybody who's looking to buy, and sometimes I tailor it to things I'm looking for. So like I'm really looking for sellers. So I will tailor my script to say, oh, if you know anybody who's looking to sell, please keep me in mind. And then, oh, Nick, of course, always, and then I will follow into the bold script, which is, anybody at the yacht club that you can think of, anybody at your church that you can think of. So I'll go a little deeper, but I really don't want to leave a bad taste in the mouth. So it's just a really soft sell. and I'm staying in touch with those people all the time.
Mhm.
It's just worked really well for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time and your insight. If someone were to send you a referral, what would be a good referral for you right now?
I think as everybody's looking for listings. So good, a good listing would be great. That is a wonderful referral for us. We treat people that come in referred, not only get great service, but they get special attention, because that's where my business comes from. So we don't want to stumble on that. So
Awesome.
I always make sure that we treat people really, really well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. If there's anything I can ever do, just reach out.
Thanks, Tiffany. I appreciate it.
Bye.